Well, hello everybody. This is the DJI Mini 4 Pro, just having some fun flying. A little dragon production. And let the sun come down. That's what it looked like this morning early. This sun's shining on our takeoff spot. Let's see if we can find it here. Boom, there she is. Let's get ready to start engines here. Actually start motors. There we go, and we're up. It's another flight of the new Mini 4 Pro. Letting her get her bearings. We're going to take her up to 21 feet. Let her take a picture and get good coordinates of her landing spot, her takeoff spot. And let's see how she does on precision landing on her own later on in the flight. I think that's good enough. I think she has got an idea where she needs to go. So we're up, up, and away, as an old Superman video would say many years ago. The old Superman movies and the old Superman serials many years ago, he used to say up, up, and away, and there he went. So we are up, up, and away. We're flying southeast into the wind this morning a little bit. It is about 10:05 in the morning, and it is let's see, temperature in the low 60s right now. Just a beautiful morning, not too much wind. Was out bow hunting this morning, just got out from a hunt. Did not see anything where I was sitting, but had plenty of pictures of deer at my other locations, at my other tree stands. It's kind of like a game of cat and mouse. I move to one tree stand and they go to the other one. But sooner or later our paths will cross. So we're up this morning. This is not going to be a very long flight. We're just getting a little air up Thelma Lou skirt. I said Thelma Lou. Excuse me. This is Betty Lou. This is Thelma Lou's younger sister. So we're headed due south. There's that funny tree line that you guys have seen so many times before. We're going to veer over here to the left a little bit and see what there is to see. Not a whole lot going on right now. Just a beautiful morning, a little bit of traffic out there. Actually, what I'm doing is it's second week of October. We're starting to look for a little color in the trees, but we're not seeing much of anything. So we'll give her a look-see anyway. About the only color you'll see is a few trees that have a little color in them, and those will be the sugar maple trees and elm trees. Okay. Like I said, we're not going too far today. We're just out for a fun flight. We're just kind of seeing what there is to see, so to speak. See? There's a nice little lake over there. I ought to be fishing in that lake right now, but I'm not, unfortunately. But maybe next time I can wet a line down there. I'm not sure whose lake that is, though. They probably wouldn't take too kindly of me just jumping in there and throwing a line in. Good way to get yourself run off. Don't need any of that, that's for sure. Like I said, the deer were moving this morning. They were just moving a few hundred yards away from where I was hiding. So cat and mouse game so far. It's the mice or the deer that are winning. The cat is without any food, so to speak. I'm just looking at that. That's a neat little dam he's got in that lake. See that backwater he's got there? How cool is that? Wow. Never noticed that before at that lake. Huh. Wonder what they're using that backwater for. Runoff, lake overflow, maybe. Anyway, we'll get down here a little ways, and boy, that is a nice lake. Sorry about that. I just am wondering why I haven't ever fished in there. Probably because I've never been invited. I see a grain elevator there on the right. I just noticed that before too. I've never noticed that before, excuse me. So we'll have to maybe take a look at that a little bit closer in the near future. Do not see much color here. There's a tree on the right side that looks like a sugar maple there. Possibly an elm, can't really tell at that distance. Anyway, we're going to swing the other way anyway, so we're not going to get a close look at it. Some nice tennis courts there. Back over this lake. Huh. As you can tell, I got a thing about lakes. There's that power station up in the upper left-hand corner you can see there. Did not fly over it today. Get our bearings here. I think we're going to go this way. There we go. I was going to put it in cruise control here, but I got to looking at something I want to see a little bit closer down here. Trying to figure out if that's a runoff or overflow to that lake. Not sure. Anyway, as you guys can see, the bean fields, like the one on the left there, see how yellow it is? That's a field, obviously, that was put in a little bit later. And then you look at the fields coming up, and they are ready to be got. A lot of the bean fields that were put in earlier are dry now, and some of the people are harvesting them. I've heard some numbers on how many bushels per acre they're getting and moisture content and stuff like that. And in this area, from what I'm hearing, it's not too good. So we'll have to wait and see how the farmers do this year. Just didn't get the rain when they needed it at the time they needed it. But you can see this field here is ripe for the picking, so to speak. Let's see, we're going to come up here and didn't see any, oh, that guy there pulling a boat or something. Did not see any trains today. I heard trains. I was coming out of the woods and could not make it back to my vehicle to get my drone out in time. And boy, it was a heavy train. I could tell she was probably about not quite a half mile away, and I could hear her just struggling on almost an even grade. I mean, she really had some weight she was pulling. And then when she got by, it took probably 5 minutes for her to go by or longer. And then I could hear at least 2 more locomotives in the back pushing. So whatever it was, probably coal, heavy train, and I missed it. Just going to have to get out of the woods a little bit earlier. I know about what time those trains come. I just can't seem to pry myself loose any earlier. Anyway, I can see where I'm at now. And we're headed due north now. Looking for color, looking for anything out of place, turkeys, deer, and the such, and don't see any yellows and greens. Like I said in my previous few videos, I think we're going to go straight to the yellows and browns, and then the leaves are going to fall off the trees. We're not going to have a good color year this year. You know, you're going to catch a few of your sugar maples, your elms, and things like that. They're going to give you some color, but your ashes and crummy trees like that, and your oaks are going to probably, you know, get their golden color before their leaves. Their leaves seem to be the last ones to fall off anyway. Some of them don't ever seem to come off till the next year. So anyway, that's the color report this year. Not good for sure. Looks like this guy's got some winter wheat started in this field already. And let's see. Really looking at the lay of the land here. This is just the field that I'm going to be cut again. It's going to be hayed again. As you know, or I probably told you, hay around this area is going for up to $160 a round bale. So you're getting outrageous, just just unheard of prices. So this field that I just flew over is going to be hayed again in the next 2 or 3 weeks. It's just been real thin because of lack of water. So they're trying to let it get as filled in as possible before they go ahead and hay it the second time. But it should be coming up pretty soon. I see a lake down there. That lake is called City Lake. How many city lakes there are in the United States? Lots and lots and lots of them. There's a house tucked away in the woods there. That looks pretty neat. I wish I had a house in the woods like that. Anyway, getting ready to fly over this lake. And like I said, it's called City Lake. There it is right there. Excuse me for the noise in the background. We're drifting north over it. Take a peek here, see if we see anybody down at the lake. It looks like I see a couple of cars with trailers on them there. But I don't see any boats right now, so I don't know if those guys have put in boats there or what. But very interesting. Not sure exactly what that entails, but I see a couple of vehicles with trailers on them there. Either they got boats or maybe four-wheelers or something they're riding around the lake. But we'll take a short trip over the lake here. Boy, that's a green lake, isn't it? Ooh. Okay. There they are. I see a little activity right there. I don't know, it looks like they're on canoes or something, kayaks or something, paddling around the lake. You can see where they've been. They kind of leave their mark in the lake. Anyway, we're going to drift over here to the right, get off that lake, get back over a little bit of farmland here. And it sure looks pretty. Horizon looks pretty. Horizon tilted. Got a little teeny bit of the DJI tilt. Not too bad though. That's basically because we're drifting to the right so much. Once we level out here, that should get a little bit better. There you go. Let's see. We're gonna pivot here. Yaw here to the right a little bit, and we're doing a lot of crab walking to the right, just kind of looking at the lay of the land as we go by. And as far as you can see, look, just greens and going into yellows. Golly, what a terrible year. But that's the way it is. Sometimes you get those good years, and sometimes you get these really rotten years. On good years, the colors here in this state, they match up with anybody's, I think. They're just that pretty, but not this year for sure. I hear those lakes and ponds calling my name. I wish I had access to them. These people right there, they're always waving at me when they go down the road, so maybe they were waving at me to come fish in their lake. I highly doubt it, but one can always hope. That's all I can say. Anyway, we're coming back here now. Just going to drift over this corner a little bit. See that guy going real slow right there? I'm going to have to take a look at what he's looking at, because They're looking for deer crossing the road, and they got no business on this piece of property here, so I hope they keep moving. Anyway, we'll go down the property line here, and then we're going to veer off to the left. We'll get up to this corner, and then we're going to see how old Thelma Lou does, finding her way home. I've been doing a little bit of testing on the return to home on this, the precision return to home. And we're going to see if she's up to snuff today. Just a bunch of the other testing I'm doing with this little drone. Okay, there she is. We're at the back of the field now. Let's go ahead and give her the return to home signal. And let's see if she can find out where she took off from. There she goes. She's received her signal, her command to come back home to where she launched from. And we're going to let her do this. We'll see how good Betty Lou is on finding her way back to the exact spot that she left from. She's losing some altitude now. This is all under her own power. Disregard that drunk in that truck. And she's coming down on her own. She just put the camera down. And she's looking for her takeoff spot, which was that H right there in the center of that mat. Let's see if she has precision landing or not after that flight. She thinks she knows where she's going. She's put a, you can't see it, but she's put a shadow of a drone on that. She's turned the camera back up by herself and she's proceeding landing. You guys take care. Hope you enjoyed this. Treat each other the way you want to be treated. We'll give you some more content soon. Thanks for watching.